folks, it's Amy from Colorado Mountain Living. I'm standing in front of my potted plants again. In this video, I want to take these potted plants and put them into a garden bed. So I want to make some raised garden beds. We have plenty of scrap wood around here, lots of lumber, secondhand lumber, stuff that's had multiple lives, and I think I'm ready, now that we're getting the retaining wall finished up, we're going to do some landscaping in the back, and I think we can definitely have room for some raised garden beds. So that's what I want to do in this video, is have an opportunity to build some beds out, source some lumber, and do a check-in on the plants that are in the grow light as well, because I think some of those are almost ready to get transplanted. So I'm going to go inside, take a look at those, but also take you guys through building raised garden beds using sourced lumber from basically our discard lumber pile, and see what we can find. All right, let's do it. Looking pretty steady, looking pretty good. The beets are looking awesome. Spinach is getting a little bit taller. Everything else is almost the same. The kale's taking its time, the cilantro's taking its time, the iceberg and the arugula. The green beans are our most promising, but I think you get that with green beans. They kind of shoot up real quick. So they're about ready to go in the ground, you know what I mean? So the other thing that's interesting, I think I'm going to try next time I do a grow light experiment, is to run the light during the evening time where your demand usage is the lowest. We don't have our bill yet for this past month, so I can't really tell you just yet how much electricity it's using, how much more our bill is. Don't be jealous, but our bill's about $35 a month. That's because we do run a lot of our utilities off of natural gas. So I'll let you guys know exactly how much this super LED grow light is using of our electricity, hopefully coming up soon, one of these videos. But I think we're about ready. I think these are going to be doing great in the raised beds, and it's about time for some of these to get some more room. I think they're getting a little bit crowded, especially that arugula there is looking a little crowded. So I might spend some time thinning these out and getting them ready to transplant into the garden beds. Sourcing out lumber for my raised garden bed, and came across an old tree stand here kids built last summer, but it has since failed, and well, looks like it's demolition time. Yep, screws attached to the tree, and then nails attached to the yeah, so I think we're going to need crowbar after all here. So the tree stand here behind me is actually right behind the shed clear out area, and a nice pile of rocks right here. So I'm going to see if I can set my camera up and start demolishing. I grabbed a crowbar, so we'll see what I can do with that. I should have grabbed a hammer, but the top boards are nailed on, and then these to the tree are screwed on, so I'm going to have to get a drill later to get those big ones down, because I'm going to need at least 2 more to complete the job. So okay, not so hard. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. I need to get a drill to get the rest of the boards out, because there are square head screws in there, and there's Phillip head screws. So when Lance and his cousin built this last summer, they had fun playing with all the tools and using up all the good wood. So now I'm reclaiming it. I'm going to make that garden bed. So I got to take down 2 boards and maybe this side board as well. So I'll be back. Okay, well, I just took the whole thing down. So lots of extra boards right now, all 2x6s. Just gonna take the nails out. Pulled out of the wood pile a bunch of 2x10s. I think these were the original life of these were originally used in the foundation forms, but I'm gonna see if I can have got enough square footage here to do 2 beds, 2 boards high. I just have to figure out what the measurements would be on that. All right, so based on the wood that I have available, and this is all about using what you have available, I want to make 3 different beds, and I've got 2x10s that I have some longer lengths of, about up to 7 feet. So I have enough boards where I can do 2 boards on top of each other. So 4 long boards total, 7 feet long. And then the short side I'll do 4 feet long. I wanted to do 5 feet, but I just don't have enough of that length for the short side, so I'll just do 4 feet. But I'll do 2 beds that size, so I should be plenty of room. And then we also have some corrugated metal that came accidentally with an order when we did the siding for the basement area. So this is like the just corrugated steel, but we have stainless corrugated steel as well, and I want to incorporate that into a raised bed as well, more of a decorative style. So I'm going to do the 2x10s first, and then I'm going to do a matching with 2x6s. So I'm going to try to make 2 matching beds. So since doing all of the posts for the retaining wall, we have leftover pressure treated posts. So that's what I want to use for the corners of the inside of the raised beds. And we got plenty of them. So I'm going to cut them longer than the height of the box. So in case I want to do like a covering or a cold frame, I can do that over the tops. So I'm going to cut these posts to 20 inches, and I think that might be enough, maybe 24. That worked. Just a few little turns, but it worked. Okay, one thing about this area is that the ground is not completely level, so that's gonna present some challenges. Let's have to do one at a time here. I'm gonna make so the 4-foot board I'm going to make flush with the edge of this post, and then I'm going to have the 7-foot board sandwich over it like that. So garden bed, raised garden bed number 1 done. And we're gonna build a second one, same size, but I actually am using 4x6 boards. So it's gonna take a few more boards to put it all together. But yeah, that's the rest of my project this afternoon. But first I gotta get to work, then I'll come back and work on it. Okay, I got the rest of my wood measured. I'd actually had to hunt for 2 more boards because since I went 7 feet with the big boards out there, I was going to do 6 foot, and turned out I needed to find a couple more longer boards so I could do 7 feet. So 7 by 4, that's what this other bed's going to be, and now I'm ready to do my cuts. These are a little bit tricky because I have to do 2 cuts for 1 board, but it worked well last time, and just gonna do the same thing again. Nice and smooth. Ta-da! Okay, ready for assembly. Well guys, that's my big project for the day, and actually took me 2 days. But I have 1 more garden bed that I want to make, but I'm going to get Brian's assistance on it because I want to do some fancy corners. But I thought this wasn't too bad for using up scrap wood and the limited carpentry skills that I do have, and saw operations and drill operations. I'm pretty happy with the beds that I've got, so can't wait to get everything filled in and start moving some of my plants in and moving some of the stuff that's under the grow light into the garden bed for the rest of the summer. Thanks guys, we're going to keep you posted on the backfill and the finishing of the retaining wall on our next video. See you then. Bye.